Hey there, it's Missy Zarbach, your friendly neighborhood metaphysical practitioner and life coach, and today is Free Advice Friday. Today we're going to talk about diversifying your friendship portfolio. Why is it important to diversify your friendship portfolio? Okay, so if you're looking at self-development and you're serious about self-development, this is the one place that nobody really wants to talk about and nobody really wants to follow through on, like at least 90% of the time. So I am a little bit different than normal people. I don't like to use labels mostly, but I will talk about normalcy and being normal and fitting in for the sake of fitting in, just for a moment. Normal is boring, normal is lame, normal doesn't suit me, and these are my opinions. And so your opinion might be different than mine, and if it is, good for you. I'm glad you know who you are. But when I began to search myself, and I began my self-development journey a decade ago, I really began to evaluate who I was. And if I'm being my authentic self, I don't always fit in with the crowd. And my approach is always just a little bit different than mainstream, sometimes a lot different than mainstream. And I found that I had to really begin to eliminate specific relationships in order to move forward on my own path and remain authentic and to grow. And so if you're interested in being authentic and you're interested in growth, then I suggest that you look around to the 5 closest people. I have 2 friends that I will say that I've been friends with since I was a young girl, and it doesn't really matter where they're at in their life and how they're growing or how they're not growing. These are my family, and they're not going anywhere. Now, that aside, there are a group of 5 to 10 other people that I would consider to be my tribe. These people are amazing people, and I chose them on purpose, and I told them so. So if I love you, you know that I love you. There's absolutely no question about it. If I love you, it's because you deserve it. You know? And so I am super deliberate about how I choose friends. I'm going to say some things here in the next few minutes that might trigger you, but I ask you to keep an open mind and do your best to not be offended. I choose friends that aren't the same color as me. I choose friends that aren't the same gender as me. I choose friends that like things that I want to know about. I choose friends that have succeeded in areas that I'd like to succeed. I choose friends that play sports that I'm not good at. I choose friends that are interested in religions that I'm not interested in, and I do this for the sole purpose of my self-growth. It is extremely selfish. It is an extremely selfish thing to do. Why do I do it? Because it works. So I do have genuine friendships, very, very genuine friendships. So when I go to a friend that doesn't have the same skin color as me, and I say, hey, your culture's awesome, your music rocks, I think that you're extremely feminine, and I love that all of the women in your culture call each other sisters, and I think that's beautiful. And I want to know more about how you're connected in that way with other women, just based on how you were raised. It's lovely. And I can go to another friend and say, hey, you are an incredible athlete. You're incredible. I could never lift that much weight or run that far or, do box jumps, for that long. Tell me about your journey with that. And tell me, did you ever have a day where you just were like, I'm never doing this again, and then you found something within you and it helped you to grow? And, maybe another friend who is a different religion than me completely. And, hey, tell me about your God. And tell me about your path, because you're so passionate about it and you're so devout and you're so deliberate on your path. Tell me about the first time you felt God's presence in your life. And tell me about the first time that you knew for sure that this was who you were. And tell me about how you can talk to other people about that and improve their lives. And even yet another friend who is not the same gender as me. And tell me about your frustrations with women, like on a whole. What are your female stereotypes? Let's talk about that. And here are some of my male stereotypes. And tell me about, what makes you feel like a man. I want to know what makes you feel like a man, and here's what makes me feel like a woman. And let's exchange this information, and let's file that away under super fucking important. And so in the future, when I'm presented with a situation like this, I can remember that, oh, my friend John Doe said that, this is frustrating to him about women. And when I'm counseling a woman, I can say, hey, this is probably frustrating your husband because of this experience that I've had in my life. Everything that I'm doing is enriching me on purpose. Is it selfish? Yes. But what do I give in return? I give myself. It's completely reciprocal. And so if I have a friend that's of a different skin color and she says, oh my goodness, you're so good at this and this is really lovely and I love the way that you present yourself in this way and I love how strong you are in this way, let's talk about that. I'm willing to be a grown-ass adult and sit and have a conversation that other people would consider to be uncomfortable. I'm growing in this, and so are they. And so what I want you to do is look around, and if your 5 to 10 closest are broke, if they're laying on a couch every day, they're not doing anything with their lives, whatever you would consider to be a loser, begin to eliminate them. Begin to filter out the old and filter in new. And you want to be basically dating friends until you are on a good match and you're having a perfect fit with a friendship. And so you might go through and understand that, all of my friends look exactly the same. They wear the exact same clothes. They talk exactly the same. They're talking about people. They're gossiping. I don't really want to be a gossip anymore, or whatever it is. However you want to grow, make a list. You have to know yourself in order to implement this and really follow through. Make a list on the types of friends you'd like to have. Do you have any friends that are independently wealthy? No? I suggest you find some friends that are independently wealthy and mirror them and learn what they're doing. Do you have any friends that are excellent parents? No? Go get a friend that's an excellent parent. Go join a parent group. Do you have any friends that are, super crazy fit? No? Go to the gym and talk to the fit guy and ask him what he's doing. He'll tell you. Real people want to share how they became real. You don't start out real. Unless you have the best parents in the world, you have to build your real. You have to build it, and you have to build that based on your authentic desires. Now, the part about this that sucks is when you have to walk away from people that you really do care about, and you're told not to judge, and I'm telling you not to judge, but you know what fits and what doesn't. And so if something's not fitting, you don't have to be rude to that person, and you don't have to say, oh, you're a big loser, and I don't ever want to be around you, and you're not meeting and exceeding my expectations, and so I'm going to dip out on this. I don't recommend doing that. What I do recommend is that you are honest about what happens in an extremely tactful way. And so you can say, hey, hi, miss you, love you, I'm going hard on personal growth and development right now. If you'd like to join me for this seminar, or if you'd like to join me for, I'm seeing a health coach, if you'd like to sit on this call with me, if you'd like to join my book club, whatever it is that you're doing to grow, invite them to join you. And if they don't want to join you, they will let you know. You don't want to exclude them with the assumption that they don't want to grow. Maybe they've never seen growth before. Maybe they've never been around anybody who's been courageous enough to do that before. You want to invite them to join you. If you continue to invite them and they continue to decline, they will naturally filter themselves out. Now, there's another type of friend that you don't owe an explanation to and you can kind of be rude to. And these are the people that deliberately screw you over. If you're on your path and you think that this person is legitimately contributing to you and you've heard that they threw you under the bus or that they gossiped about you or that they lied about you, this is where I kind of don't fit into normal society, and I say, you know what? Screw you. I don't have to meet your expectations. I don't have to do anything that you want me to do, which is usually to give them a reason why you can't be friends anymore. And so something I'm absolutely known for, I will cut you off in a heartbeat. If you screw me over, I don't have time for explanations. I don't have time to tit for tat. I don't have time to argue about it. I'm trying to live a placid and peaceful life and not a dramatic and crazy life. And so if you fall more on the dramatic and crazy side, you're just not going to hear from me. and you might blow my phone up, and you might text me 40 times, and you might ask people around me, and they're going to say, oh, that's just Missy. That's just how Missy operates. Don't do that, you know? And so, as a result, I am crazy deliberate about not screwing other people over because I know how I feel when I get screwed over. I don't want to screw other people over, and so I don't. I just don't do it. Now, to kind of recap here, why do you need to diversify your friendship portfolio? Because you need to be around other people to grow. You need to be around other types of people to grow. And you need to be honest about why you want to do that. Because other people are interesting, and other lifestyles are interesting, and other cultures are interesting. And when we open space and say, hey, I'm not like you, but I'm legitimately interested in how you got to be the way you are, people are going to respect the hell out of that, and you're going to build some really, really awesome friendships, and you're going to be in different places, and you're going to experience things that you wouldn't have otherwise. Next is being deliberate about the types of people. And so, do you want to be wealthy? Have a friend that's wealthy. Do you want to be an athlete? Have a friend that's an athlete. Do you want to be a super mom? Have a friend that's a super mom. And be deliberate about that and tell them why. You're not trying to fake a friendship. You really want to be their friend, but they need to know why. I think you're the best mom I've ever met, and I want to learn from you, and I'd love to spend time with you in this space. They're going to respect you for it because you're honest. They're going to be able to learn from you, whatever it is that you're bringing to the table. Next is dealing with people who might not fit in your group. You know, if they're not doing anything and they're just not pulling their weight in their own life, invite them. If they don't want to come, leave them where they're at, and don't feel bad about it because they sure don't feel bad about it. Next is friends that screw people over. Drop them. Don't give it another thought. Don't pay any attention to them because they want the emotional feedback that you would normally have been like, you screwed me over and blah, 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 blah. No, don't even entertain that crap. Drop them, move forward. And so this is how you diversify a friendship portfolio. It's important. It's necessary. You're not going to go anywhere unless you're willing to be really courageous and step up and say, this is what I want for my life, and I don't demand that you be me, but I demand that you do you in order to be with me. So you can email me at themagnificentwoman@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook, but this is a topic that I love to cover because it's so important. If you want to talk more about it, let me know, and we can talk. Have a great day. Bye.